What is up, my seafood friends, and welcome to r/Tumblr. I'm your host, Dr. Fishsticks, and we haven't covered r/Tumblr in a while. It's a pretty self-explanatory sub, so let's get into it. That relatable older Gen Z memory, when all the projectors and whiteboards got replaced by smartboards around like 5th grade, and none of the teachers knew how to use them, but they had to use them otherwise, the school just wasted a bunch of money, and it was a really weird transition. And in addition, when they calibrated the board by pressing the dots and everyone in the class lost their minds. Okay, so I don't fully remember like the transition to smart boards because I would have been in like 2nd to 4th grade when that happened. But me and my friends always called those dumb boards because they like never worked. But then they got the new gen smart boards, and we actually called those smart boards. We got those in like 6th or 7th grade, and they were so cool. But I remember with the older smart boards, me and my friend in like 6th grade taught a bunch of 5th graders how to use PowerPoint because that's when they actually had to use it, and we got to like actually use the smartboard and felt like real teachers. Calibrating the smartboard was the funnest thing I've ever done. Today I learned in the story of the Jewish exodus from Egypt, the Torah uses the singular word Zephardeh for frog, not the plural Zephardim. Some interpret this as meaning Egypt was plagued by a singular frog. It's a beautiful day in Egypt, and you are a terrible frog. If you are a game designer and you force me to kill wolves and have them make sad puppy noises, I'm killing you. See, this never happens in Spider Solitaire for Windows. I don't know what this person's deal is with Spider Solitaire for Windows, but like, they're not wrong. If you've heard of writer's block, get ready for reader's block. You want to read, you have time, you know what to read, you now have a pile of books ready to be read. You cannot sit still and focus enough, or do so, or you can't even open the book. Yeah, you guys laugh it up, ha ha ha, it's so funny. This happens to me all the time. Whenever someone tells me to read a book, I can't. Maybe I just can't read. If I was a shapeshifter, half my time would be spent making myself look androgynous and trimming up the things about my shape I'm not happy with. And half of my time would be spent making my teeth look just a little bit sharper than is normal, changing my eye color subtly between slightly unsettling shades, and giving myself an intricate tattoo that just barely moves every couple of hours, until it's a whole new shape the next time you look at me. If I was a shapeshifter, I'd have fat tits. Why would you say this? Oh god. This one time, me and my boyfriend were at his family's place, playing Uno with his brother who had just turned 12. Several times during the game, he grinned to himself, gasped or grimaced at some card either of us laid, vaguely hinted towards his master plan. Coming close to the end, he was getting visibly more excited about the game. I had 2 cards left and the odds were in my favor. I was 2 moves short of winning. Little bro was holding 4 cards, and when it came to his turn, he asked us to wait, ran to his room, got his phone, went to YouTube and played the volume in full. The song he played was from the soundtrack of Doom Eternal, and having played the entire game, he slammed on the table not 3, but 4 sixes of different colors. And having won the game, he stood there like this. That is genius. Oh my god, this man is an Uno master. Alright, so hypothetically, for the sake of the argument, let's say your matrilineal line is fairly consistent and everyone has their daughter at 25. So 4 women in your matrilineal line are born every 100 years. In 1,000 years, that's only 40 women. Like, the math is so simple and yet you don't think about it. So in 2,000 years, 80 women. Basically, 0 AD started with roughly 80 mothers ago. That's it. I'm a little drunk right now and cannot deal with this right now. Yep, the advent of agriculture around 9,500 BC was about 450 mothers ago. You can't just say stuff like this without a warning. If only there was a way to repay you for what you've done. You could give us some supplies and money. Essential workers at everyone calling them heroes while they work for minimum wage through a pandemic. Still trying to come to terms with the fact that I'll never be a librarian who can speak a dead language and be recruited by a roguish but handsome explorer for a quest to lift the curse and save the world. Because of the pandemic travel restrictions? Because of the pandemic travel restrictions. Writing prompts. You're an assassin. A little girl has just come up to you, handed you all of her pocket money, and asked you to kill her abusive relative. I give the money back, give her my number and a private phone, and go take them out. Later, I return to adopt her and train her to become the greatest, kindest assassin ever. All of this. I would read this. This sounds amazing. Hello, boys. I have a question. Can you feel our boobs when we do the hug? We can feel your boobs when we do the hug, sorry. Another question, does it feel weird? You know, the whole boob thing. It feels good. Again, sorry. One more question, does your penis float on water? Yes. When I saw this, I fully thought it was just like a conversation between two people very aggressively. No, there is not a single repeating person in this conversation. Oh, you're an artist, I can tell. And you work at a bank? The total opposite of a creative environment?
Does that just eat you up inside? Does that just kill you? Does it?
I'm pretty sure I met an IRL Disney villain at my job a few weeks ago. Yeah, no. Yeah, you definitely did, and he's definitely going to kill you. Move now. The Undertale movie got released, and the only reason I found out was because my friend sent me a message in all caps telling me that Addison Rae was Mettaton. Thank God this was a dream, because if this was real, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. At this point, every round mammal is a hamster to me. Coconut. I think we both have different definitions of what a mammal is, but I can't say I disagree with you. Has hair, gives milk. Coconuts are mammals. Indie hit of 2015, RPG with metafictional elements that can be won with pacifism and challenges conventional RPG morality. Indie hit of 2017, psychological horror game disguised as an anime dating simulator that deconstructs breaking the fourth wall. Indie hit of 2019, You Are a Goose, Who Is Also Terrible. When I was in elementary school, I thought that the reason we were supposed to capitalize the first letter of people's names was as a sign of respect. So I always refused to capitalize the name of my 4th grade teacher or George Bush because I did not respect them. Lowercase. Derogatory. What was your beef with George Bush? I put my phone down and can't find it. A saga. Want me to call it? It's on silent. A tragedy in 3 parts. I'll call it anyway. Everyone stands around really quietly, listening for a faint buzzing noise. Comedy. The worst part for me is when I do this, but I don't even put my phone down. Like, I just look for a solid 10 seconds with my phone still in my hand, and then I hate myself afterwards. Bro, I hate being an academic. They're making me write stuff. I thought I was just supposed to sit in an old chair and smoke and say something like French every now and then. Am I having a stroke? Why are your eyes so long? Wait, what? Why is... It's just like the ones that are just like the letter, like the capital I's are just... What is happening? Some people think I learned Braille for cool points, but I actually just learned it because my medication holder has the days printed in Braille, and I forget to take my medication a lot. I just didn't feel like turning on a light one night just to see my medication, so I learned Braille out of spite. Now every time I go anywhere, I have to read the Braille signs, and I have seen woman's misspelled no man several times. Tired of waking up to take medication? Learn Braille. And then this person says, you shouldn't learn Braille if you aren't blind. It's rude. Go die. Dear diary, today I got a death threat for learning a language. I wonder how many times this has happened to someone for like learning sign language. It's gotta happen at least once, right? My first joke I ever made was drawing a comic where 2 people are staring at a dress in the window of a store. One of them says, I would die for that dress. And the other says, I would kill for that dress. And then they look at each other awkwardly. This was when I was like 6. And every day I wake up knowing I'll never be able to top this. My magnum opus. I want to see this. That sounds hilarious. The shrug emoji has only been actually typed by a single person. Everyone else who has ever used it has just googled shrug emoji and copy-pasted it. Why repaint the Mona Lisa? Honestly, yeah, this is great. But what's even greater is this person who is like a straight-up genius. I made a text shortcut on my phone, so when I type shrug, it autocorrects to the shruggy. Edit to add. You can do it on iPhones by going to Settings, General, Keyboards, Text Shortcuts, and then just add one. Not sure about Androids. So this is assigned from the game Portal 2. In case of implosion, look directly at implosion. Valve actually put that sign in game because playtesters would destroy the generator and then turn around immediately and not see the implosion animation they'd worked so hard on. Honestly, that's fair. If you've played Portal 2, you would know what they're talking about, and it's a pretty cool implosion animation. But sadly, ladies and gents, that is all the time we have for today. If you like this video, press the like button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment them down below. And if you really like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe. And that is all for today, so until the next video, goodbye.
I know it's my ADHD, cause I can't stop moving my feet. And I feel